Pardon an interruption, this is Troy Hill with the Star Chronicles. If you haven't heard about Anchor, it's the easiest way to make a podcast. Let me explain. First of all, it's free. There's creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. Anchor will distribute your podcast for you, so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many, many more. You can also make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. So if you're interested in making your own podcast, download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started.
This is Brian.
This is Casper.
Yo, this is ED.
This is Darius Lewis.
This is Troy Hill, and you're listening to the Knights at the Sound Table.
Strip club voice. And
I'm letting them know that they're listening to the night.
No,
Knights at the Sound Table.
We sitting at the table, son.
Yeah. I might also add in that Brian's the only person got a Tinder profile pic and stuff on his thing here.
How's we gonna get through a podcast, man? Cause we be dying
Yeah, was that Ric Flair in the background?
we going in the realms that I'm not familiar with. You 50 years old with some skinny jeans and shit.
I'm not physically designed to wear skinny jeans.
Yeah.
I would need to have like skinny jeans, like a kangaroo pouch down there. Because I couldn't wear them any other kind of way. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this is the Knights at the Sound Table. I'm your host, Troy Hill. Hope everybody's doing well. I'd like to thank each and every one of you for tuning in to the podcast. I'm the only knight that's going to be on this particular show because we got people scurrying around trying to make sure they got supplies for their families and stuff at home, so highly understandable. But what I did do, I decided to reach out to a past host from a former show called Just Us Radio, and we're going to welcome her on right now, Miss Gina Gina.
Hello, everybody. Wow, it's been a long time.
Yes, it's been a long time. It's been a long time, and now we're back. We're back, damn it.
How's it going? How's it going?
It's going pretty good here in the great burg of Texas. We're not quite locked down yet, but however, I hear that in your neck of the country, California, you guys are going through a lockdown. So I wanted to get you on and just have you tell me and the listeners what it's like.
Well, it's pretty interesting, and I kind of realized that maybe what we've been going through, the whole entire country, in fact, the whole world is probably going through. But being that on Thursday, the governor now has declared a stay-at-home order, which basically means you can't leave your house unless you have to, get your food and medical. And if your job is one of the essential businesses, then you are allowed to work. It's pretty interesting. It's a little frightening, and only in the sense that you're not quite sure what's going to happen next.
Exactly.
You just hope and pray that everyone stays calm and rational and they don't get a little crazy. I mean, I'm sure in other states it's the same, where the first thing that everybody was talking about was no toilet paper, which was kind of weird to me because
yes,
you think when people want to prepare for stuff, they think of food and water, but they were thinking of toilet paper and water. So I'm not quite sure how to.
Well, Betty Crocker. Well, I might chime in and say Betty Crocker has some excellent recipes on toilet paper casserole.
Really?
Just go ahead and visit the website and stuff. Several. If you want to stretch your food dollar, go ahead and get you some of that toilet paper casserole. It's exquisite, according to Betty Crocker.
Does it take the 1-ply, the 2-ply, the Charmin, or the gas station toilet paper though?
It really depends on the family size.
Oh, I see. All
It just really depends. If you got a family of 2 and stuff, you probably only need the 1-ply. But definitely, if you want to stretch that food dollar, you definitely want to try and go for that 4-ply if you can.
Right. Oh, 4-ply.
Yes.
Where is that only in Texas? Because I've only seen 2-ply out here in Cali. What the 4-ply?
Well, no, it's a prototype by the Knights
Oh,
at
I see.
Sound Table. You know, we're
Oh,
currently working on trying to create a 4-ply toilet paper for in our merch store. You know, where
does
every
it have
city.
your logo on each square? Or is it like every other square, or is it just the wrapping? What the?
No, it will. I mean, it's fit and set for basically a king or queen.
Oh,
It'll make you every wipe. It is. every
do you
wipe.
hear like chimes in the back?
Yes, it plays music and everything too. Yeah, it's just like every time you wipe, it's like.
Oh my gosh! I might have to get me one roll. We'll see, just for entertainment value, because when you have to stay home, um, it's funny because there's times when I just want to be home. I really don't want to go anywhere. So I'm like, okay, I'm just going to stay home, and I'm fine with that. But when you're forced to stay home and like you're told you have to stay home, it's like,
it's
well,
different.
now I don't want to stay home.
Yeah, it makes it different, doesn't it? It's
It
like,
sure does.
because you already know me. I'm like prime, like omega prime supreme introvert. And I'm just like, I'm going to have the time of my life during this shit.
You're like loving it.
Yeah,
But is it different though? I mean, well, Texas is not in a stay-at-home order right now, right?
No. I mean,
Okay.
well, I mean, there's basically what we got going on right now is that the restaurants is only takeout. Bars
Okay.
are shut down. Movie theaters are shut down. Are they doing that with restaurants in California, or are they just completely just shut down?
No, that's the same thing here. Restaurants can do takeout. Bars are shut down unless they serve food. Then they can serve food to go. Everything is to go. You can't dine in anywhere. So that's the same. And like there's a lot of stores that are not essential to supplying the public with the things that we actually need.
Yes,
those things are shut down. So that's all the same. And anything other than food, you can't be open. So the stay-at-home order is they really want people to stay home.
And what happens? What happens if they don't?
I was trying to look at that today because my daughter, she's like, so does that mean that if I go outside, I'm going to get arrested? And I'm like, no, you're not going to get arrested, but you might be told to go back home. I mean, part of it also, they said you can still walk the streets if you have to walk your dog or you need to exercise, but they do not want you in crowds larger than 10. And they want that social distancing of 6 feet. So it's not as bad as it sounds. It sounds like they're saying, okay, bunker in your homes and don't come out and, stay there, because there's still certain things they're allowing. I know as time goes on, it might get more stricter.
Yes.
And then you hear a lot of the rumors go around. People create a post and then it gets shared and people believe it, where the National Guard is going to come in and martial law is going to happen and all these different things people are trying to spread out there.
The Stafford Act and stuff, which that's been something that's been peddled around even since like Bush was in office and stuff, And
then the videos go out where everybody sees, the tankers and the, all these military vehicles rolling in, and it's like, don't add more stress.
Because I mean, I'll be 100% honest that I've seen stuff like that before. And ain't a damn thing going on. It's just like they're just bringing that stuff over to a base or something, transporting. So, I mean, but, with this type of stuff going on, I guess it's really, really easy for people to start getting a little paranoid. Now, am I like worried about things? Well, yeah, damn right I'm worried about stuff.
Right.
Of course I'm worried, but, I mean, at the same time, I mean, I still got, my goals are my goals, and my goals don't stop because of this. Because,
right.
I mean, I'm not making any excuses for myself no damn more. I'm still pushing and trying to be the best person I can be. You can take the damn gym away. That's fine. I can work out at home. You can take all these different things and stuff away, but I can still do stuff. I'm not going to use this as an excuse for me not to get to where I want to be.
Right. And that's the thing about this, the whole thing about this, like, so I went to the grocery store, and you'll have to tell me if it's the same in Texas. The grocery stores only open from 8 to 8, 8 in the morning to 8 at night. And from 7 to 8 in the morning, it's open just for elderly people. But the hours that they are open, what they're also doing is they have one entrance and one exit. And I know the store by my house, it's every 10 minutes they're allowing a group of people in, because they're expecting the people that go in only to take about 10 minutes, and then people start leaving. So then every 10 minutes they'll open the doors. After, if you're there, you have to wait. You're waiting outside to get into the grocery store. And the shelves are not completely packed like you're used to. The shelves, have a lot of missing items. You have to really pick and choose what you're going to get. You got to decide, like, okay, what's going to either last, or what meal can I make this into to last, for a couple of days. And it's not as bad as you would think it sounds. It's just, you don't have all the luxuries that you had before, where you
exactly
get everything you want.
And the look of it's what just throws people off. The whole look of the thing. I mean, we don't have it. Well, not any store I've been to yet. I mean, the hours are still, basically like you said, either 7 to 7 or 8 to 8. I've heard stories of like levels of panic, in specific areas, people taking stuff out of people's carts and stuff, and
I haven't heard that.
And things like that. I mean, I searched around trying to find some eggs, last night or whatever. I was like, I mean, I'm in straight ninja mode and stuff. I'm avoiding people. I just, and
you have to,
and I'm a tall drink of water and stuff. So I'm
nobody ain't messing with you.
No, I'm just seeping through people and just, I'm doing matrix moves and everything, And when I finally found some eggs after like the 6th store, I bought, they only allow you to buy 2 dozen. I swear to you that when I found those 2 dozen eggs, I felt like I discovered the cup of Christ, and
and everybody's looking at you like, is he going to look away? Is he going to turn his back?
Yeah, I'm like, I grabbed the eggs and I'm like, hauling ass to the front of the counter, got the Indiana Jones theme song playing in the background of my mind and stuff. I'm like, yeah. The
Matrix.
Yeah, I'm like, well, then actually I grabbed 3. And then when I got up there, guys like, sorry, sir, you only can take 2. And then like the music kind of like slowed down a little bit. It got like to the sad version of the Indiana. It was like,
and speaking of that, it's like I feel bad for the workers, and I always talk to them and I tell them thank you. Every time I go, I ask them, are people treating you right? And for the most part they have been. I do hear a couple of them will say, some people are impatient, or they're just worried, or you can't take your frustration out on the people that are there to serve you, because number one, they're like they are vulnerable. They're not wearing masks. They're not wearing gloves. They do have sanitizer. But if somebody walks into that store that has the virus or any other type of sickness, they are going to get it. Yeah. And they go home to their families, and then they come back to stock shelves so that we can have food on our tables. So, people just need to help each other, just watch out for each other. And
show some level of compassion. There's nobody out. There might be some sick assholes out there trying to intentionally get people sick or whatever the case may be. But on the large part of people and stuff, we're just all trying to just do the same, do the same thing, we all just want to make sure our families got what they need,
Exactly.
And I mean, I'm not like an excessive buyer. I'm going to buy just enough where I know, that I'll be okay. And my, Kaiser will be okay, or whatever the case may be. I'm not going to just sit there and start buying like a bunch of ridiculous shit, but there's other people, they're a little bit different. I mean, there's some people and stuff like this. And if it gets worse, it's going to show the true character of some individuals.
It is.
Either it's going to show how great and an understanding person some of these people are, or it's going to show how outright selfish and ugly inside the people are. And everything they try and portray has just been a big damn front.
The big lie.
Yeah, and that's what we're going to be seeing. So we're all being tested, people.
And the testing part too is that kids are out of school till May 1st or May 4th. So all the food, I had to tell my son, I was like, look, I know you're home, you're not going to school. You need to put a little breaker on your belly because I don't want you just eating everything in sight. Because
No,
like I
exactly.
said, that's the fear, I think, or the anxiety that can pop in is you just really don't know what's going to come next week. Because it seems like this thing has been changing almost daily,
Yeah,
half of a week, and it changes, and then that next half of the week it's something else.
yeah. It's
So you're just
currently
never sure.
yeah, it's currently over 22,000 cases confirmed. And
Mm-hmm.
the ironic thing is that we could record this. We could record another show like in another 2 or 3 hours, and that number will
And it'll
change.
change,
Yeah,
right?
and
And
it's really really crazy.
the thing to remember about those numbers, and I think it's eye opening, is that we're only hearing about what's already out there. We
Yeah,
just didn't know it was out there because they're starting to test a little bit more than what they were. And as time goes on, there'll be more tests. So it's just going to expose what is already out there and what we've probably have been walking amongst this last week. So if you're not careful and just taking the precautions that you need to yourself individually,
hmm
you can be helping spread that or bring it to your vulnerable loved ones, health vulnerable. And it's eye opening because when I first went to the market to get something, I had to go at 7:30 at night. And I'm like, oh shoot, they're going to close in a half an hour. And I get there and I see there's a line, and it hit me like, wow, I've never seen this before. And then I thought, this is not Southern California issue. This is not a California issue. This is not even a United States issue. This is a Earth issue. This is an entire world issue because it's not just our country. It's every other place out there is going through the same exact thing that we are.
Yeah. I mean, as the thing is, I mean, I spoke to someone a couple of days ago. And they were saying that they planned on going to Kroger at 6 o'clock in the morning on a Saturday.
Oh yeah.
And I'm
Mm-mm.
sitting there thinking to myself and shit. I'm like, damn,
Mm-mm.
I know this shit's real. But then again, this person's like, they're no, this person they're a go getter. I mean, they do shit. But damn, I'm sitting there thinking like still to myself, 6 o'clock in the morning for Kroger
Mm-hmm.
on a Saturday.
Well, and the reason for that is because whatever maybe something has shipped after the store closed the night before, so the store was able to stock up. If you don't get there early enough, what you're looking for will be gone by the time the late morning shows up. That's the problem.
Yeah, and it's like
We're
it's a whole mixed matched array of shit too. It's like you got to go to 5
yeah,
stores literally to get all the crap you need. It's like, oh,
yeah,
okay, I want to get a beef roast and stuff. Okay, you got beef. Oh, I'm gonna go ahead and give me a pork roast and a rack of ribs and stuff over here. Oh shit. They got this, but they don't got that. Oh, god damn it!
yeah.
They got the Kool-Aid here, but they got the sugar down the damn street in the next door. I mean,
They have the pork chops, but they don't have the applesauce.
yeah,
What am I gonna do?
yeah, they got the pork chops, but they don't got the shake and bake. Oh, that's a street 5 miles down the road. We got peanut butter, but there ain't no damn jelly. Oh shit, that's 5
Oh
miles.
damn!
That's another 7 miles down the road at the next door. I mean,
They got the chickens, but they ain't got the waffles. What am I gonna do? I don't understand.
I mean, it's just all messed up.
Well, I'll tell you this. I'll tell you this. It's making me make my own tortillas. I'm gonna be making tortillas today.
Oh goddamn!
So look, you gotta be you gotta take care of yourself. You gotta tap into those ancestry, things that they did. This is what I'm doing, and I'm even making a blanket. Can you freaking believe that? I'm crocheting a blanket.
Goddamn! Yeah, I'm not going to be doing it. I will say that. Well, let's talk about that. Let's go ahead and take a quick break, and we're going to come right back, and we're going to talk about we're going to come back in the next time. We're going to talk about like hobbies, things that we're like picking up on, or just remembering shit that we used to be able to do. And let's talk
Churning
about
butter.
Yeah. Oh god. And maybe we'll talk about like the kid aspect of it and how they're transitioning into this new current way of life. So we'll be right back here with Gina at the Knights at the Sound Table. back. This is Nights at Sound Table. Special guest, past host, Just Us Radio. Just Us Radio's Gina Gina. How are you?
Well, the Knights Table has invited a queen to sit for a moment, so here I am.
Oh, Lord. God save the Queen! God save the Queen! I don't even know if that's how the song goes. I don't even know.
Well, I was thinking that, I was like, okay, this is part of Coming to America, right? Something like that. Now I gotta watch that movie. I got time. I can watch that movie.
Yeah, you got time to do everything you want right now. You just go ahead and enjoy your spoils. Everything is yours. Enjoy them.
Oh my God.
Enjoy them. So we're back, and we're kind of talking about just dealing with this current situation that's going on across the country, not only just in the country, across the world. What kind of hobbies are you kind of doing now? I know you mentioned that you're stitching up a blanket and shit, which I thought that was like funny as hell. But
so it is funny actually. Before all this stuff started happening, there was a lady that was giving out, like she had a little workshop on how to learn to crochet, and I'm like, when I was younger, my grandmother, she tried to get me to learn, and she's like, come on. I'm like, no thanks, Grandma, I'm gonna go climb a tree. And my sister learned, but I took no interest. I was like, no, I'm not gonna sit there. So now, being my mature age that I am, I thought, you know what, I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna try it, and I actually loved it, and it made me emotional because the day that I learned was actually the anniversary of her passing. So I kind of felt like it was her way of kind of like, all right, come on, you're going to be bored in about a month. You don't know it, but you're going to be bored. So, and now I'm like, you know what, that it actually is very peaceful. It kind of gives me that meditation in a sense. And I just, it's nice. And it's going to be a nice little throw blanket probably in the next week. Cause you just during this time, you really have to figure out, okay, what am I going to do? Because honestly, scrolling on your phone for hours on end is just, it's not what you want to do, especially with all the fake stuff that's out there, or, the shares and the posts of things that are just not realistic.
Yes.
It just puts you in a place where you don't want to be mentally, and you need to find things that are going to be positive for your psyche.
Oh, exactly. When you're stitching these blankets, do you wear your eyeglasses like the normal way, or do you wear them like hanging on the
tip of my nose?
Yeah, right on the tip of your nose. I kind of figured that. So,
yep.
And do you have a chain on them now?
I do, and I have my cat is on the right side of me playing with the ball of yarn, and as soon as I need it, I pull a little tug, and yeah, and I have my little, Andy Griffith playing on the background on the TV. No.
Yes, skipping.
I'm listening to The Weeknd's new album in my ears while I'm stitching this blanket.
No, I've listened to the intro of the new Weeknd, and it was incredible. I haven't got a chance to listen to it. I got sucked into listening to Jay Electronica's new album last night, which is incredible. It was so good for my soul. I'm telling you, it's just like,
I'm gonna have to try that one.
No, it's dope. It's him and Jay-Z. It's like good Jay-Z. It's not like It's not like the last 10 years of Jay-Z. But yeah, this is like old school Jay-Z. But
you'd have to share that with me.
Yes, I will do that. But I mean, as far as me, I'm just drawing a lot again, and I'm still listening to my music. Push-ups, sit-ups, going for 2-mile walks or whatever. Because I live in a secluded area, so there's no concern about that. I can walk out by the lake and stuff and basically be completely by myself in my own world, which is nice.
Right.
Lots of listening to positive affirmations and stuff in the morning. Trying to get that. I'm just real focused on
start right on the right foot. Right?
Yeah, because I'm just real focused on like anything that's negative in my mind. I'm just trying to like redirect and reprogram myself. So that's really been a lot of my focus of late, because after all this stuff's done, I'm going to be the best when we were all back out in civilization again, and
Right.
we're walking outside.
Normal.
We're wiping our eyes because we don't know what this damn bright ass light is and stuff. Oh yeah, that's the sun. Oh, that's what
not
it
the
is.
oven light.
That's the sun.
Yeah.
I'm coming out, walking out like a damn machine. So that's my
It
intention.
It definitely puts you in survival mode. You kind of have to figure out things a little differently.
Yeah.
How to like I said, or how to spend your time. But even like cooking, you want to cook a little more because you're trying not to go out, anywhere else and where there's public.
Yeah.
And like I said, another thing that one thing I did learn with my grandmother was, I would help her make tortillas sometime when I was younger, but I was like, I haven't done that in a long time. I'm going to do that because we can't find none in the shelves at the store. So
yeah,
let me do this instead.
I wouldn't even know how to make a tortilla. So explain to the listener, how the hell do you make a tortilla?
Well, you put this much flour, you put a little bit of this baking powder, you water, mix it all up, flatten it out, and roll it out into hopefully a circle. Sometimes it might look like Texas. Sometimes it might look like Florida, possibly California. You never know. And then throw it on the stove. And I say this much of this and this much of that because when you make it with, food from, you help get recipes from your older family members, they don't know like how much of anything. They just say, I don't know, like that much. They don't know, a teaspoon or a tablespoon or a cup or anything. They just put what their eyes tell them to.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, yeah, I might be making tortillas before it's all said and done. Maybe I can start my own
I'll send
brand.
you the recipe.
Okay. Yeah, a little bit of this, a little bit of that.
Beans, greens, potatoes.
Yeah. Greens, beans, tomatoes, potatoes, yams, hams, you name it. Yeah.
There you go.
I saw a remix of that.
Oh gosh.
Where they had like the special delivery beat playing with that special delivery, and then all of a sudden, her ass pops up and she's like, you name it. I'm like, what the hell's this?
Oh, geez.
And then she's like,
got your attention.
Tomatoes, potatoes, yams, hams. I'm like, oh shit.
That's hilarious.
It's like I want to dance and eat at the same time.
Those things that make you joyful.
Yes. So how is it for your kids, going through this, with the school situation and everything?
So this first week was the first week that they didn't have school. So, I mean, it was kind of normal for them. Except I had to actually ask my daughter how she was feeling because she was getting a little irritable and, her little attitude. And at first I was like, she's just a teenager and she just hates to be home. But I had to stop myself because I was like, well, what's your problem? I'll knock you out. But then I actually stopped and I was like, okay, are you okay? Like, and you have to take time to talk to your kids. You have to. The older ones, especially because they see more of what's happening than the little ones. The little ones are probably more like, hey, I'm so glad you're home. Mm-hmm. But their lives have been impacted. And so, she got some emotions going on and I just had to hug her and tell her, I don't know what to do either. We got to take it a day at a time together. It's, it's understandably stressful because we don't know what's going to happen from one day to the next, but we're going to get through it together and we're going to help each other. So, for her, she's more of the one that's always like the active and wants to get out and do something and hang with her friends. So for her, it's a little harder. Mm-hmm. For my son, he could sit in his bed all day. He can sit on Xbox all day. He's like, well, I'm fine with it. He's like whatever with it. But I got a puzzle so that they can do a puzzle, kind of keep them off their phones. Because being on the phone, like I said earlier, is you just don't want to have that. Yeah, they're doing okay. We're doing okay. It's just, it's on the mind all the time, like what's happening.
Yeah, well, it's funny. Well, let me go explain my son, my 10-year-old Kaiser. He's having the time of his life.
Yeah, how's he taking it?
He's having the time of his damn life. He's just sitting there playing video games. He's playing Jedi Order. and Red Dead Redemption, all online with his friends and stuff. He doesn't care. you know,
Yeah.
It's like, yeah,
And what about the older ones?
well, the older ones, Caleb, he's back home because UT Austin is shutting down for the rest of this year. So there's only online classes and stuff starting the 30th, I believe. So he's here. Carissa doesn't care that much, I mean, she did lose her job and stuff because she's in the food industry and stuff because there's major job cuts going on with that. But I mean,
oh, okay.
But I mean, she likes to work, make her own money and stuff. But she'll be okay. I mean, she's taken care of, so there's no issue with that. I mean, yeah, I mean, nobody's really having any major issues. The only problem I had because I tried to do. With the puzzle thing, like you're talking about, I bought a Monopoly game and stuff, and I'm sitting there thinking like, oh yeah, me and Kaiser could play some Monopoly and stuff. Because I just started playing again, maybe like 2 months ago. I've been wanting to play again, and that's like Kaiser's like my only option and stuff. So I was like, hey, look what I got. He turned around, looked at me and stuff in his little turning chair and stuff. He turned around slowly when he got his video game controller, his headset on. He looked at it. He looked at me, and they slowly turned right back to the TV. I'm like, damn.
Yeah, like well, I'm not playing that. But it does bring back that old school. Like I tried looking for a puzzle the weekend prior to us being on the stay at home order, and there was nothing. Everybody had the same idea, but you kind of find yourself going back to the old school ways of entertainment. You really do. I mean, you realize that all of those things were, they were good time spenders, and you have to figure out other ways. And,
yeah.
The kids though, my kids are okay with the board games if we spend the time to do it.
Yeah.
Maybe because Kaiser's a little younger, he's probably like, just let me chill out. Like I'm good here.
Yeah.
But us in our minds, we're like, going crazy.
Yeah, Kaiser's like, look, I've been wearing pajamas and stuff, basically. I can wear my shirt on backwards if I feel like it and stuff. I don't give a damn, Dad. Let me just play these video games.
Brush my teeth? What are you talking about? Why ain't going nowhere?
Well, Dad, why do I have to wear 2 socks? I only want to wear 1.
Hey, so how's your work? Like, how's work impact for you guys?
Oh, I was like, well, I'm like only one of the people that's still at work. So I'm kind of like by myself in a warehouse, just checking, make sure orders are going out if we got the stuff, as far as what I do for the job is like one of the largest family entertainment companies in the country, like over like close to 150 locations. Well, all those 150 locations are shut down right now.
Right.
But I still have to sit because, I mean, yeah, they're shut down, but there's GMs still in the facility, still like working and cleaning and trying to prep things back for when we get back to being open again. But yeah, I mean, so they still have to have parts and stuff sent out. So it's like I'm kind of stuck. Good. I'm kind of stuck. But, at the same time, if I have to do it versus like other people doing it, people I might care about or whatever, I'd rather have it be me to have to go out and do the shit, 15 million times over. So, I mean, in some instances, I'm thankful for that, and plus I'm elusive as shit. So, I'm straight up. I'm so damn cunning. And shit. I mean, I saw some corona particles fly up over the top of my head, and I just broke out. I broke down into that. I broke down into that matrix. I'm like, yeah.
Look at that. Yeah. You're gonna have to teach everybody how to do that.
Yeah, I was like, you ain't getting me. And I held my breath. I was like, then I tucked up, bent over.
As far as work, like that's the other thing too. My job is considered one of the essential businesses that need to stay running. We process food. Mm-hmm. So I mean that's the good thing.
Yeah, so healthcare, truck drivers, things like that, warehousing and stuff. Food production. It's like a lot of us in those type of fields are stuck.
Right.
Because they can't shut us down and stuff. Because how the hell is people going to eat?
Right.
Or
and I'm thankful for that because I was afraid that at one point they're going to say, hey, we can't work. But being that we fall into into one of the essential businesses, I'm like, okay, then I'm going to work. I'm not in the public anymore. I did have a friend of mine that still works in the grocery business, and she messaged me and she's like, you should be so thankful you got out of the business. Over here, she's like, they're not protecting us. They're not giving us, any masks. They're not giving us sanitizer, and they're just letting people shop whenever they want. And I'm like, are you sure? Because over here, they're not doing that. But she said, no, her store was not taking precautions that they should.
Well, see,
and that's the thing. You got to take care of those employees.
Yeah, because you're gonna start like another shit show. When your employees start getting sick, and and they're at the same time they're getting customers sick, and then all of a sudden the customers are going back home and then getting their families sick.
Yeah. And that's the thing about this. It's almost invisible, because from what you hear on the news, they're telling you that somebody can be carrying this virus and not have a clue, have no symptoms whatsoever.
Exactly.
And that's the part I think that's just like, I think that alone makes people not feel it's as important to keep away from areas. And I don't know if it's an American thing. I don't know if it's a 2020 thing, where people you have to see it in order to believe it. So the only time someone's going to wake up is, oh, I know someone that has the virus, so now I know I need to be more cautious. But if we all just be cautious, it might help a little further, and I'll admit, at the very beginning, in my mind, I thought, oh, this is just, they're just trying to scare us. They're making it bigger than what it is. It's not that big. Oh, come on. And what's the big deal? It's just a cold.
Nah.
But now I'm like,
Now people in my industry, or people that do things similar in my industry and deal with places like China, we knew about this stuff going on like 2 months ago.
We're barely reacting.
Yeah, and now everybody's acting like it's some type of big damn surprise. I mean, people knew about this stuff way before all of this. And
by people, that is the people that are to let us know what's going on.
Exactly.
That's not letting us know what's going on.
Yeah, then all of a sudden you get the NBA shuts down. People are like raise their eyebrow a little bit, like, huh? Then,
wait a minute, this is serious.
Yeah, then the next day, bosom buddy Tom Hanks gets the shit. What? Oh,
wait a second, not Tom Hanks.
Then then what's his name? Idris Elba or whatever his name is. He gets an arrow. And they're like, no! Oh my god! It is real! Oh! Oh god! Kevin Durant! Oh! Drake? What? Drake has it?
Well, he posted something saying that, oh, you never know what's going to happen. I'm going to be isolated for who knows how long, or something like that. One of his last posts. Oh. And people were like, oh, is he trying to say he has a corona? But he never said it.
Well, he's going to drop a fire-ass album if he does. That'll probably be the most saddest, depressing album anyways.
Talking to the walls.
Yeah.
Loving on his broomstick.
No, but it's just crazy how, you watch stuff like The Simpsons for years and how nut job the town is in itself, and then you kind of like, well, damn. Is like,
so did they predict the coronavirus? Did that come up in any episodes? Has anybody said anything?
No, that's just some stupid ass shit. Look at the picture. And I'll tell you why it's not true. One.
No, I don't even know. Is there something out there?
Well, yeah, there's a post, but it's not true. And people should be ashamed of themselves even posting this stuff. Because one, there's 4 pictures, that's in this panel or whatever. 3 of the pictures are from one episode. The bottom right one is from a different episode. And if you look clearly at that bottom picture, you would see that there was some other thing in the background saying what it was, not the coronavirus. Someone just took the coronavirus and put it over the top of the damn picture of this other picture.
I swear, that Photoshop, people. Come on.
I mean, it is like a horrible Photoshop job, too. But yeah, but people just see
information.
People just see information and just start throwing it all over the damn place. Now,
You're right.
Has the Simpsons like ironically predicted some things about stuff in the future? Yeah, they have. But stop sitting there just making everything like the Simpsons always known is ridiculous.
Well, it doesn't even have to. Things don't even have to be Photoshopped for people to believe anything that's put out there. Like, back when Kobe, his accident with the helicopter, there was a video going around and people were like, oh my God, there's Kobe's helicopter. And it shows this helicopter is like going, twirling out of control and then it crashes. Mm-hmm. And I'm looking at that. I'm like, do people really believe this is his? Like, is this truly, truly going around the internet as Kobe? And you see people are posting it, rest in peace, Kobe, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, and I had to share it and say, this is not that. People, look at the picture. This is not an early morning foggy day. There's people standing there. That's clearly not a mountainside that was out here. Like, stop. I hate the internet. Sometimes I love
it's frustrating.
The memes going out right now about this are funny as hell. But sometimes when people, I hate the internet at the same time.
No.
It's crazy.
No, it's because social media and the internet is going to be the undoing of some damn people. It really, really is, and it's really, really sad, but, kind of is what it is. So
it is. It's a monster.
Yeah.
But here we are using the internet.
Yeah. Look at us. Using the damn interwebs.
Oh, my goodness.
But I used to tell a friend and stuff, that, LeVar Burton would be like just turning over in his grave. He seemed like how some of these people these grown ass adults are reading stuff and not doing no damn research. Yeah. And they're like, well, Troy, LeVar Burton's not dead. Well, he's going to be, but this shit keeps on going on. But, it's ridiculous.
Speaking of, but Kenny Rogers is, I woke up this morning and I was like, what?
Yeah. I saw that. I saw that last night, and I was like, well, I guess he knew when to fold them. But
hey.
what?
Yeah. You know what you did.
Yeah.
Aww. It just takes you back to it takes me back to my childhood.
What, like the Saturday or Sunday night specials or whatever on TV?
The music.
It's like a Gambler Part 7.
I don't know. See, I don't know the TV shows that have come out of it. I just know his music and him and Dolly Parton.
Yeah.
I swear, if Betty White dies, knock on wood, because I don't want to be the one to say she said it, but I swear to God, this world is like, that's it.
Well, our show and stuff.
I know.
Yeah, we did have a history of like mentioning somebody's name the next week they're dead. So
wait, have you guys been talking about Kenny Rogers?
No.
What the hell?
No. I try and avoid talking about celebrities and stuff. I mean, typically they're already dead when I mention them. So
that's very good.
Or they're already arrested or something. So I kind of make sure that they're already in trouble before I mention their name.
Can you edit out Betty White then? That would be great. I'd really appreciate that. I don't want to put that out there.
Well, I mean, we still got Marla Gibbs and stuff. People need to give Marla Gibbs some goddamn credit and shit. She's like the same fucking age and shit. She's pretty and stuff too. Why can't people give?
Wait, is she? She is not the same age as Betty White.
She's old.
She's younger.
She might be a little bit younger, but hell, I mean, that's a suitable replacement. So
no. I don't see them as the same age, so I can't even go there.
Let's see.
No way.
Well, I'm going to go ahead.
Let's see. Let's do some research. How old is she?
Okay, you put the age of Betty White, and I'm going to search the age of Marla Gibbs.
Oh, right. Betty's like 90-something, like close to 100.
Marla Gibbs'
I know that for
age.
sure.
Let's see.
Yeah, she's 90. Betty White is 98.
Marla Gibbs is 88. So...
Oh, 10 years. Okay, well...
And Marla Gibbs looks way younger still. She looks like 20 years younger than Betty White.
Exactly. So, if she passed, everybody's like, what? How old was she?
See, because,
I know, because black don't grow.
Don't crack. If fish don't burn in the kitchen, greens don't burn on the grill. It just don't. Because we moving on up.
Oh,
we're moving on up. But What?
Is she doing anything? Has she been doing anything? Like
she was in that
work-wise?
she was in that Breaking Bad movie. She was just in that. So, I mean, that was something. Well, unfortunately, we've ran out of time here. It's certainly a pleasure having Gina back on the show and stuff, and hopefully she'll get her damn head right and be like that she needs to freaking be on.
Maybe, I don't know. I might have a lot of time. I'm still working.
Yes,
but I might have a lot of time on my hands.
Yeah, you're gonna be having a lot of damn time. But do you have any final words to the people?
Oh, it was nice to be back talking with you, Troy. Just everybody stay safe. Wash your hands.
This is what it sounds like when doves cry.
Oh, that's our interview with Jeremy Mincy.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
That was fun. No, just everybody stay safe out there. Be kind. Help someone out that needs your help. Wash your hands. Don't touch your face. And cheers. Drink one for me.
Good stuff. I'm gonna say basically the same thing. People out there that's like a little down in the dumps and stuff, don't be down in the dumps over this. This is the perfect time again. Retool, reprogram, and reinvent a new you. And
very true.
I mean, this is the time. This is the opportunity and stuff to go ahead and take care of those things. Be kind and loving to people. Show compassion. Don't be a damn dickhead or asshole because I mean, on a positive note, you do it to the wrong person, you're going to catch hands. So that's going to be that's probably going to be happening a lot throughout this country.
Pump the brakes.
Yeah.
Pump the brakes. You're going off the rails.
Yeah. Some people might be wearing it. And some people might be wearing their ass on their head like a hat, and they're going to be.
And God bless us, everyone.
Yeah, and they might have to be taken down a peg or two. So,
I promise you guys, everything he says is in a positive way.
Yeah,
it sounds a little aggressive.
Yeah, no, I'm trying to help you. Trust me, because I know there's some people out there thinking they shit those things. They're gonna be at the store like and they gonna get dropped. So I'm trying to help. I'm trying to help you. Please don't be that one on World Star. Please.
Catching my hand.
Yeah, catching
these. Lord,
catching
Troy Hill is the same yesterday, today, and always.
Catching these heavy ass hands. I'm just saying. I'm not saying me. I'm saying anybody in general. I'm not saying me. I'm not going to be the person who's going to knock you out. But I'm just saying.
But I could.
Yeah. Show some damn decorum. Because I don't want to have to knock you out for somebody else that done pissed me off a few years ago, or whatever it might be. I tend to build shit up. That's what
see what you made me do? You made me do that. You made me knock you out. Damn it.
Yeah, I want to whip your ass for the dude that pushed me in my white jeans. My mom told me not to play and shit like in third grade at recess in my white damn jeans. Got them all green stained and shit. Yeah, I want to beat your ass for that.
It's like Scarface when he told the guy, I told you, no kiss. No kiss, now look at you.
Yep.
He shoots the guy in the car.
Yeah.
I told you, no kids.
and now look at you. Anyways,
brains all over the window. Damn it!
Now we gotta call the cleanup guy and stuff from Pulp Fiction to fix all this shit. Anyways,
great.
Shit, Harvey Keitel's gonna have to come around. But anyways, it was a great time.
It was good.
Well, if you guys need to comment on this show and stuff, follow us on Knights of the Sound Table podcast page on Facebook. Tell Gina's ass she needs to get her shit in gear and come back. But that's really all I have. So,
me too. Thank you so much.
So we'll see you guys next time. Knights of the Sound.